potential timing for double dominators to kick in.
We'll find out. Game 1 is now officially underway, Jonathan. So we do have Yakutou and Tundra. Game 1 of a best of 3. Of course, every single series does matter quite a lot with this Swiss format, so very important to get off to a good start for either side. I do agree with your sentiment, by the way, John. I do have a bit more faith in Tundra's draft, just based off the fact that you kind of have a more straightforward game plan. Chances are Chrysalis is going to have a pretty darn good time this game on this Void as well. See what Yakutou can do about it, though. Not to write them off at all. I mean, it's not really that far of an outdraft, as I do believe that smoke was spotted by the wolf.
Yeah, might have been seen just on the edge. We'll see if they still force it out. Again, there's some potential, depending on what you'd want here for Ollie. If you can maybe set up with a Nightmare Spear back, you could start to make some plays. They are going relatively deep. Some good vision set up by Tundra early on, if that smoke does pop at the wrong moment here.
Well, they're going to find somebody. Chrysalis is spotted, but he does break the smoke. They've got vision there anyway, so pretty obvious here for Tundra. Not going to be any fight to really break out, apart from maybe bot where 33's trying to swipe a bounty away, but it's going to be a pretty stock standard 2-for-2 trade. In fact, it looks like a 3-for-1 trade in the favor of Tundra Esports. So props to them, Jonathan. They get a bit of a bonus.
Yep, gonna be nice and happy to just have that extra gold, a few more resources to play with. Not the biggest loss for the side of Yakutou Brothers. They're managing to just, they don't take any losses. They kind of poke and prod. They didn't really commit on any spells. You still have the option on Ollie as well to keep Brain Sap and Nightmare options available. So there's no pressure to actually look for that early commitment yet. Are taking a look at that mid lane for Emo up against BZM. You have a lot of poke potential, of course, early for BZM with that X-Sword up. Overall, just going to have a little bit more to play with in terms of trades. And for Emo, it's going to be a little bit more annoying. You have to deal with just consistent range creep control here from BZM. Also, the poke potential coming in from these Forge Spirits early. The minus armor not to be underestimated if you manage to get those hits in.
First blood already, Jonathan. Fly going down to 33, and that was just based off the shards and the wolves being available. So not even a tag team up yet. Just a nice shard.
It does kind of go back to just having Bane as a support up against Lycan, right? Like, you can't really do much about the wolves. Fly as well. I mean, you can't really spread those wolves damage around. You can't stop them from whacking away. Baboka's repping their voice lines coming in.
Sounds very cute.
Coming back, and it is. Coming back in without the metamorphosis is not going to feel great for Fly. It's a pretty dead lane until you get maybe your level 2 up. Then you can kind of poke back with a Conjure Image or just a reflection available to help poke back. But a nice set of blocks coming out. That is one thing, I suppose, that you don't think about too much. You do have shards plus wolves that can block you completely. So you can't just bully out Fly while Ollie just helplessly watches. And if you are nightmared up, you can have one of the wolves take out Nightmare, go back to hitting, get that damage in. And again, you have a lot of armor in Fly. But if you give him enough time, I mean, these wolves do still hit a decent amount. It is interesting to note as well. Again, 33 stuck to pack leader. Not going for Alpha Wolves. Not the best game for Alpha Wolves, considering the supports you have. So just going for pretty bog standard Lycan with that benefit of more shapeshift time and having your Feral Impulse and Howl at higher levels. We are seeing 33 queue up that Dominator here as well. So already one set. And Pistalis is queuing up one as well. So we are getting that double dom. Again, that leaning pressure that can come in with this timing. And for Yakutou, having this kind of start, like feeding First Blood away to 33, not a good tone. Because again, for Yakutou, you'd want to be winning these lanes. Not majorly. I don't think you're expecting to crush these lanes, but at least have the advantage. As you hand Tundra an even lane, or even, again, this kind of advantage with First Blood, it does get dicey once those Dominator timings line up. Like that laning pressure, again, it can be difficult to play into. It can be difficult to play into dominated creeps just blocking smokes. By providing a buffer for when that smoke vision breaks. It provides a lot for these cores to just play the farm game and slow it down a bit.
I wonder how much impact Baboka has on the Ench with all these Helm of the Doms coming up on the opposing side. Like, I feel like they don't care if you enchant the creep at all, right? Because you still get the creep bonus, like the bonus gold out of it. It's a bit annoying, but overall, like you get the value out of the item, so it just feels like you don't even care about the Enchantress at all. you know, especially for Chrysalis. Maybe 33 cares a little bit, but Chrysalis probably does not care whatsoever.
No. And he's happy enough as long as he gets the value to farm. And he gets the utility coming out in terms of vision, in terms of not getting slowed himself. That's already a pretty big deal. Just forcing enchant onto creep instead on someone that you can try to chase down. Down bot again, a little bit of pokes.
It's
Not quite successful with the Sunstrike.
Fly. Getting low again. Ollie able to help out a little bit more this time, but the pressure does continue to be applied. And thing is with Sux, I mean, all his cooldowns are very short, so he could go again whenever the hell he wants. And he might just do so pretty soon if Fly is not too careful, but they do have a pretty big creep wave. So they will look to retreat just a little bit. Overall, things are pretty even across the lanes. We did have that one death earlier for Fly. In fact, we might have a secondary right now. Though a nice nightmare from Ollie drags him out of the shards. And that's one way to do it. Just drag him right out with the sleepwalk. Bit of a fight over the healing Lotus as well, but Sux is just going to give it up. But that's what Ollie needs to do. Just make sure Nightmare is available every single time, and chances are they won't be able to do too much.
Yeah, it comes back to this one issue for the ban you were mentioning earlier, though, Mike. Mana issues are abounding for Ollie. Forced to ferry out of Clarity, already out of Mangoes, having to pop them earlier as well. He doesn't have enough in the tank in comparison to just how often you can spam here for Soxa and for 33. So let's see if they can still keep that window. Again, in terms of farm, you are doing pretty damn well here on Fly. He's having a good time CSing up. 33 is having a fairly free time. Both the offlaners actually having a lot of fun here beyond up top as well. Getting a decent chunk of farm in, despite being in a relatively annoying lane of having to play up against a silencer and the faces void with time dilation. Can kind of make it harder to look for these opportunities, and they aren't. And Baboka's just focusing on playing with creeps, preventing pulls, getting some farm for himself. So you are leaving this void to be a bit freer than you'd expect it to be. You know, that's the one thing with Faces Void. It can be easy to trap in lane when you have enough control, but this is not that kind of lane here for Yakutou Brothers.
No, it certainly is not. It's kind of a scary thing. I mean, they are trying their best to at least chase down Toby, but Toby's doing a fantastic job of just staying back and not allowing too much harassment to go his way. And Chrysalis, once he has the helm of the Dominator up, like we've seen this with Void, it just doesn't die anymore. It's just too tanky, sustains itself throughout the lane, and just starts jungling. And there's just nothing they can do about it right now. Like, Beyond's tried to slow him down. Props to Beyond. He's actually top of the CS board right now on the Mars anyway. But it's not really making too much of a difference in terms of slowing down this Faceless Void. In fact, they're going to try and move in now to see if they can maybe harass Beyond a little bit. Beyond going to be perfectly fine. But again, in terms of slowing down Chrysalis, you know, it's not too effective. Not too effective. Especially once the Helm of the Iron Wall comes out, which is coming out in 200 gold.
Yeah, and again, that's when your farm does start to kick up as well for Crystallis once you start to assemble into, into that full Dominator. Quite interesting to see you're actually pretty close to it already as well here for 2T3. Just lacking that full recipe at this point. And again, that leads to that early timing where laning pressure is up, early ganks are going to be a bit harder to connect to. Just having this additional vision, these moving wards on hand, all of these stats to play up against. This timing is lining up quite nicely for Tundra's game plan. For Yakutou, it's not the end of the world. You're getting a decent time elsewhere. Like mid lane, Emo is getting the levels you need. Again, BZM's edging out just a little bit in terms of overall lane control. It's not like Emo is struggling too badly, at the very least here early on. Would want to start to see some power rune control start to kick in for Yakutou if they want to try to get some momentum their way. We'll see if that lines up as level 6s are also starting to line up here.
It's certainly a much slower style of game to start us off here, but you kind of anticipated with these two drafts. You know, especially with Tundra, it doesn't feel like they're going to be trying to get too active at all, apart from maybe some sunstrikes from across the map. But it just seems like they want to play a slower game. If anything, Yakutou Brothers are probably going to be the ones to try and be a bit more assertive. Though I say that, bottom lane, they have moved in again for Fly, but they do get a nice Nightmare off. So Fly going to be perfectly fine. That has ensured that Ollie is down bottom, but so is Saxa. So it's really only the top room being contested right now. And it is going to be a regen. So they do get lucky here for Yakutou Brothers. In fact, they move in now onto BZM. The Spirit will land, but the rotations are here. And in fact, it's going to be Baboka that ends up going down off a very nice TP in from Saksa. Sadly, Emo could do nothing really about it.
No, not much you can get done. A little bit late again for Ollie, considering he has to protect bot. I just noticed BCM's also going for a Dominator, Mike. Here we go.
Oh,
triple doms.
Yeah. We talked about it.
This is it.
BZM, I mean, he's going to get jumps. We have plenty of time to talk about this jump. Helm of the Dominator Invoker now is what we're seeing as mid lane. They will at least be able to snipe the Bane. Ollie will go down. They'll try now for Emo, who has no Astral Step charges. He needs 4 seconds to assimilate. It's surely not enough time. In fact, it might be. He just walks out of there. Never mind. Emo didn't even flinch. But talk to me, John. Helm of the Dominator Invoker now. 3 Helm of the Doms.
I mean, look, the Enchantress can only take care of one, right? Like, yeah, it's a nice counter to Lycan, sure, but if you have 3 Dominators, 3 different kind of creeps you have to worry about, that's overwhelming. You know, that's an overwhelming amount of stuff you have to worry about. Imagine, if you will, Michael Phoenix, if something like Lifestealer came back, right? Like you had Lifestealer plus a Dominator on him for whatever reason, so he has a dominated creep, a dominated ancient early plus a dominated creep as well, and infested the ancient plus a dominated creep plus these dominators on your other lanes. That's 4 creeps. That's the ultimate strategy. Mikey, I don't know why you're not as excited. You know, you love the book strat. This is as close as we're gonna get.
It's nice. I am excited, Jonathan. I'm very excited. I mean, I'm not as excited as Necrobook, you know? It doesn't have quite the same ring to it, but it's very exciting nonetheless, as we are going to fight over power runes once again at that 8-minute mark. Top rune is where we're fighting, and it is going to be top again, though Toby able to snipe out the invis. Now the Salve does kick in. Emo in big trouble. Nightmare will buy a bit of time. He'll get the shield off as well and Astral Step his way out. He's okay. He will barely survive, but no power rune for the Void Spirit. In fact, he jumps back in now, trying for Toby. He's quite low on HP though. Emo, can he survive this one? I don't think he can. The Arcane Curse, the Sunstrike, it's not going to land. Emo, he's still running. Oh, Emo, he's done it again. He's walked out of there just fine, Jonathan. The Arcane Curse not going to be enough to kill him. He'll survive on 20 HPs. Now the TP rotation. But Boca down, but Saksa will drop to boot. And there's your Centaur. Compliments of beast here.
Yeah, we've got 2 Dominators up, Mikey. It's begun. This is it. Could this be the road to TI and TI meta?
This is the meta. This is the meta. You're welcome.
Oh, goodness gracious me. Oh, Lord.
We literally said as well, I asked you, do you think Tundra are going to do something really cheesy? And they decided we're all just going to buy Helm of the Dog. That's pretty cheesy if you ask me, John.
That it is, Mikey. Beyond up top. Nice spear away, at the very least.
Gonna be
no
fine.
threat. I will say, you know what this feels like to me, Mikey? It feels like we're looking for a replacement for Rate Pack. Hey, if we can't reduce their damage, let's just all tank up. It's the same difference, isn't it?
Do you think, though?
Can't have Rate Pack? No, you can all just get this.
33, he got sundered. He's still in trouble. They'll move in with some illusions, an impetus shot as well, and eventually Baboka going to be able to secure the killers. Now the Fiend's Grip was out onto the Invoker, but there's your Chrono committed just to ensure they get Baboka. It's not flashy, Jonathan, but it does secure a nice quick kill, and Chrysalis will take it. So a bit of a mixed bag down at that bottom lane, but certainly feels like it came out on top here for Yakutou.
Yeah, you managed to force out the Chrono early. No, it's not like you're looking for teamfight presence early for the Faceless Void. Anyhow, good rune control coming out from Toby to at least offset some of that, preventing Emo from snowballing even harder. I will say, you're still kind of happy on Tundra. Again, you're getting this early activity. Look at the push that's starting to form up down bot. Just the dominated creep plus the wolves starting to hunt around.
Annoying.
Yeah.
It's so annoying. And he's going to chase him. He's just going to go for the chase now. He's got the vision. He'll force the TP away. Oh, the stun! He dominated the creep! Oh, 33. Oh, get this guy out of here. Get this guy out. I'm so sick of this guy. I'm so sick. I'm not even playing the game and I'm sick of him.
You gotta love it. Look at those, just getting a unit count up to proc it, getting that stun out. They do manage to find bot mid, a little bit of a siege out from Baboka with that Dark Troll Summoner. So they can replicate some of that push here with the Enchantress, of course, but you're still working the map a little bit better. They are getting the mid for free. And there's a lot of room to give out here on the side of Yakutou Brothers that they can't play with, but I mean, we're at triple dominators up. You know, this is when the farm pace, this is when smokes become harder to find because you have these creeps going forward. If the smoke breaks early, you have enough time to try to respond and just kind of stall for time and kick that farming pace into gear in the jungle. You don't have that same build up on Yakutou, much more standard. Fly going for his Yasha, maybe a Manta this game. You've got the Yules coming in for Beyond. You know, it's Tundra, and that is, again, filling the void of Rate Pack with 3 Dominators, Mike.
I mean, it's something, John. You know, you find it funny at first, but then, you know, you see all those tier 1 towers melt. You wonder what's starting to happen. There's creeps everywhere. I wonder if they even synchronize what kind of creeps they go for, John. Like, you got to have one guy with the Alpha Wolf. You know, you've got to get all the auras going. I mean, this is classic Tundra. This is classic Tundra, Jonathan. Here we go. Saksa not going to find a nice shard opportunity there for himself, but he will find some wards while he's here. Do you think they synchronize? Like, do you think they get all the right creeps here too, Jonathan? Just all auras?
Yeah, I think so. I think that's what you go for. You know, one Granite Golem later on if some Overlords start to come in, which you are getting, of course, on 3 I'm curious if anyone else will want that. Probably not. But yeah, the Alpha Wolf is great. Have a Satyr up for some HP regen and just run at them. Maybe, you know, a double Centaur wouldn't be bad if you'd want that as well. Just more control, considering that lack of control outside of, say, Chrono and Snowball here so far. See if Tundra starts to kick it into gear. 33 pretty far forward, but the rest of his team is kind of smoked right behind him, or at least smoked in that triangle. And they can easily connect, and it looks like they have some ideas to start to play forward. No forward vision coming out here for Tundra, though. A lot of defensive warding, so a little bit of a shot in the dark here to get this movement successful here.
They're looking. They might run into Ollie. Ollie's being a little bit cautious, just not sure what's coming. In fact, they might run into Fly, who will show himself. Tornado will land. The patience has paid off for now. They'll get a snowball in as well. The Nightmare can't do enough, as Fly will just melt, and now the TP rotations as well might make matters even worse. If they're not too cautious, they will get a dominated creep for their trouble, and that'll be it. They won't lose any more bodies, but they do lose Fly. A big kill for Tundra.
Yeah. And again, this is Tundra buying time, Tundra buying space away from Crystallis as well. He's just farming that jungle with his own dominated creep. He's got the Dark World Summoner with Raise the Dead for some more damage. There's no Global Silence though, so an opportunity for a grip here.
This new Pokemon game's kind of weird, John, I gotta say. The graphics have improved though.
Hey. Can't say that name around here, Mike. We don't want any litigations. I can't afford a lawyer, Mikey.
I forgot about that. My apologies. Damage room picked up. Here we go. Wrap around. Crystallis? They're going to fight. Oh, no. They're going to see Crystallis, but sadly, they didn't get the Yules off here for Beyond. And well, with that, Crystallis is going to be able to just casually walk out of there and get back to farming.
Yeah. Again, this is all you'd want to do. You've got the Dominators, you've got the creep speed. Hell, 33 has his Humpty Overlord up. He's got the Black Dragon already getting to work, helping clear out some creep waves, helping to control that bot jungle all to himself. And again, you've just got this time to wait out now. BZM going into the Ags. That will lead to early activity for Crystallis as well, even without the full Mjolnir. Just get the Chrono off, get the Cataclysm going. Agents of Galaron kicking in early in this game. And for Yakutou, I mean, they've tried to get that aggression going. They've got that full Spirit Vessel for Emo, you know, Beyond. The Yules you mentioned there from Beyond.
Yeah, I mean, just even if he did catch the Void that time around, he had no help incoming. It's been a rather quiet game for Beyond while we're on the topic, right? Like, there's just... It's a matter of Tundra just not giving the opportunity. I don't think Yakutou Brothers are playing bad in any sense. It's just, there's no opportunities right now. Like, you're not seeing anyone on the map. Even if you did see them on the map, John, they've got so much disengage. It's just hard to take a fight, right? You've got Tornado from Invoker, you've got Chrono, you've got Global Silence. Like, what kind of fight can you actually take?
Not much. I mean, they had that opportunity with Global Silence down, and we did see Yakutou group up at that point. It's just they couldn't get the jump in. And again, in a very in a very stalled out game, this just favors Tundra. You've got that void, you've got all this team fight utility, you've got control elsewhere to farm up as well.
Immediate TP away. Ensures he's not near any camps as well, just in case.
That is the one thing, I guess. You don't have stunts.
Do you think that's why he sits the way he does, John? 33, you know, he's in that classic crab stance all the time. Like he's just emulating. Back, hold that thought, because mid lane, they are going to move in. Global silence out. Fly is just getting deleted. John Xfire, absolutely deleted. It's beyond. He's trying to salvage something for his side, and he will get at least a task, but here comes the cavalry. It's a complete army coming in. 33, he'll get Fiends grouped up, but do they have the damage? I don't think they will. He's perfectly fine, and look at the creeps. They're just rushing in after Beyond. Here comes Emo to try and clean up. He'll take down Toby. 33 to move back in. Deafening Blast, Chaos Meteor is out. Emo, he has no Astral Step charges, and there's no escape either. Continuing to try and run, but there's nowhere to go.
Goodness.
He's down to boot. I mean, it's not a bad fight by any stretch for Yakutou, but it's not good either, John. In fact, Tornado now out. It's getting worse. They're looking for a bit more. They'll try for Baboka. He's going to be okay. But my goodness, is it overwhelming from Tundra.
And that it is, and you're just seeing the chaos that happens when you've got so many dominated creeps up. It's just so much utility. The auras start to come in, the damage comes in, the control comes in, compensating for this lack of stuns. Again, Yakutou Brothers finds the right opportunity. Global Silence was popped, but even then, you know, Crystallis wasn't there. If he had something like Chrono, that fight would have been dead in the water as well. In fact, you're inching towards that Chrono timing now because BZM is just about 120 away from full Ags. So Chrono Cataclysm ready to go relatively soon. Global Silence in 20, that should line up with that timing here for the Ags. Maybe a bit of a reset for BZM afterwards. Get some mana going. But this is where it gets scary for Yakutou, how you play into this team fight. Because you have to wait for GS to be gone first, re-engage after the fact. And it's just not simple to play that way, unless you can somehow hunt down Toby. But their backline reach hasn't been particularly amazing so far. Feels like that job has to kind of go out onto Emo here. If he can kind of work his way into some self-dispel and hunt Toby down, or at least have that self-dispel for the silence, maybe these team fights start to simplify just a tad bit, but not quite at that point. Same thing goes here for Fly. Manta being worked on a little bit further away from the diadem. At the least, that will kind of save you from that global silence from Toby once those tools are available.
Top lane, it could get a little bit spicy here, John. A lot of heroes from Tundra, not so many from Yakutou, but enough to force a fight. Saksa, he's going to find Ollie. Ollie will go for the immediate nightmare. Beyond's looking to think maybe go in, but decides better of it, realizes that he can't really see the rest of Tundra. In fact, now he can. They will run underneath vision. Do Yakutou want to try to force a fight by this top tier 1 tower? Because they finally know where Tundra are. The thing is, you're fighting into Chrono and Cataclysm now. So if Chris, like, he has one job. If he lands that Chrono, that is game over. That is the team fight done.
Yeah, that's all they need. They don't even need to commit. Again, they've got this nice ancient Thunder hide. They already poked him. Fly on the side.
Well, how did he?
You gotta love that.
How did he even die? I didn't catch.
Cheeky creeps and a Sunstrike, I believe, with some Forge Spirits on hand. Okay. Perhaps.
Here we go. Top lane. They will jump in. Yule's out onto BZM. BZM going to be just fine for now, though. Actually avoids the Spear and the Ghost Walk as well. They'll get some sentries down eventually. He's actually pretty tanky, though. And here's the Chrono. It'll land on two. Cataclysm incoming. The fireworks are here. Tundra very happy with this fight. As Chrysalis will land a 2, man. And as I said, Jonathan, the fight is over. Where's Emo? He's the only survivor. He'll run down south. He makes it out, but he is the lone survivor. And this is the thing, like, this is the helm of the Dom John. Like, it gives you 6 armor, and it actually makes the biggest difference. They can't kill you.
No, they just can't. You know, they're so tanky. Again, the utility, the aura coming in off of that as well. Why would you need to buy Guardian Greaves or, you know, any of these health restoration auras, barriers? Who needs them? Just get a creep. You know, get the Satyr with some healing coming in. Yeah, the output is just wild. And again, this timing, I mean, it was a really good reveal out from BZM. He got really sneaky once that full Aegis was up. He was just playing with Ghost Walk, hanging back, not showing that they had this full complement ready. And they just work it out. Again, for Yakutou, they get a good read. Global Silence gets forced out. They try to make
Emo.
something once it fades away.
Emo's going to be a little bit cautious. I mean, he's got some teammates nearby him, but perhaps Tundra just deciding it's not worth the risk without the chrono up. They are going to find themselves at least Toby. So Toby will get caught top lane. He is going to go down. Bit of a freebie for Vaboka on the edge. And I guess that is just the game plan for Tundra. Like, if Chrono's down, you don't need to force anything. You've got 3 of the Dominators. You may as well just force in lanes and just wait for Chrono to be back up. And it will be back up in 49 seconds. So I guess that's when you go. And in fact, John, the next time Chrono is up and they do force a fight, you may as well just go Roshan straight after. Because you can.
Yeah, that you can. I love that Crystallis is being a bit of a nerd as well. He uses his dominated range creep to drag wave back, holds it next to that camp. You know, just getting more efficiency across the map, keeping these lanes shoved in, just making it so hard for Yakutou Brothers to play around.
He learned that from 33, 100%. 33 definitely showed him something like that. Disgusting.
So, how about them Dominators, huh?
Oh, you know, here we go, mid lane. Oh, here we go, mid lane. Surprise. Vaboka. See you later, mate. In fact, he avoids, but the Wolves, can they hit? No, they cannot. He's all right. He'll make it.
No. Probably the best showcase we've had of Untouchable in a while. Been life-saving here for Vaboka.
They've got Toby again, but he does have the Essence Ring to make him a little bit tankier. That they do take him down, but here comes Saksa with a nice setup onto Beyond. They've got the help from 33 to boot. Beyond in a pretty tough position will end up going down. So not a very favorable trade at all for Yakutou Brothers. But again, they're in this weird kind of game where they've just got to find any kind of pick-off they can. Because now Chrono's up. So now, if you're Tundra, chances are you're going to group up and start hunting again.
You can. You've even got Global Silence as Toby didn't have to pop it on his death. So you have a lot of options to play with right now on Tundra. For Yakutou, I mean, you have some two ults. Manta up and Fly, Manta up and Emo. GS isn't the end of the world, but it's a Chrono that you start to have to worry about. And whether or not you can counteract. Like, can Ollie get a good grip once Silence is down? Can you actually control someone?
They've caught Emo. Global Silence, they're not going to do much, as he does have the Manta style up. So happy days for Emo. Does surprise reveal the item, but at the very least gets a Global Silence expended. And that might mean Tundra just don't fight again. They might just wait that one out. I still think you're perfectly okay to force a team fight right now if you're Tundra, but they're not going to take the risk. They'd rather wait for all their utility to be back up. Meanwhile, mid lane, we are going to see a big smoke up. Hoping that they come to hunt down Vaboka, and they are indeed coming. This could be a very nice trap.
Oh, good smoke.
Though Saksa will not make the jump in. The smoke has been broken, and Toby's the one to get caught out eventually. The TP rotations are coming in. Another Chrono. It's going to land on 2. Fly. He's trapped in there. They can't help him. He's got no time for the Sunder. Absolutely zero time. Is Beyond. He's got nowhere to go either. In his own arena, he's trapped up. 4 down for the price of 1. Emo, the only survivor, and guess what, Jonathan? Call me a prophet. It's Roshan time.
Yeah, nice and quick for the side of Tundra. And you can see the desperation almost in how Yakutou is playing, right? Like, they know Global Silence is down. They instantly smoke. The smoke gets broken by BZM on mid and the Ghost Walk. They're still forced to go hunting. Like, they know they have to take that opportunity while GS is down. But they clump up so hard. They kind of tunnel vision into a choke point for that Chrono to play, for that Cataclysm to kick in, and for the follow-through to just not be clean enough from the side of Yakutou. You need so much more. Like, again, these Mantis are a start. I feel like with the Mantis up, you actually do want to play into the GS, into an opportunity when Tundra maybe overextends, maybe pops GS a bit early, as Emo's already escaped. I think you try to bait Tundra almost, right? Now it's kind of your opportunity here on Yakutou with Chrono and GS still down.
Oh, 33. 33 is in a pretty awkward scenario, but a nice save from Saksa. Gonna allow him to get out. Now, I say he was in an awkward scenario, like he still has his BKB up. He's still pretty darn tanky. He's got Wolf Form up in 10 seconds as well, and he's got the Ancient Prowler Shaman, which is something you don't really want to have to play up against if you can avoid it. There's a Croaker coming in, Jonathan, here from BZM. Why even remember the hero names anymore, John?
No.
Yo, why even cast the heroes? Who cares? Look at this Croaker. Gone.
Oh, that's a lot of damage for Boca.
It is, but he's okay. Maybe not. Let's see. No, he's all right. He's going to make it. Can't say the same for this game 1 for Yakutou Brothers, though, Jonathan. It's not looking too flash hot. Chrono's back up in 15 seconds. That really does feel like the least of their worries right now, to be honest with you, John.
No.
Now an Ancient Croaker.
I don't know how you play into this. It's just a little bit terrifying, right? Like, GS is back up, like you mentioned. Chrono is coming back up. You have this massive creep army just working every lane. They can easily go for mid still. They still have their BKBs. Like, your engagement has to be perfect. Almost feels like ideally you have Beyond.
That was not perfect, but that's okay. He's not punished for it. There goes your tier 3 tower. No commitment by the side of Tundra. None necessary, in fact. And they are doing a pretty decent job of sinking the creeps, by the way, John. Like Chrysalis, he holds the Alpha Wolf. 33 does go for the, the Ancient Croaker for the stun. Kind of nice. Even the aura that it provides, not too bad. Here we go again. What if you... In fact, I want to bring this up, but I'm scared they're going to start a fight, John. But that Ancient Croaker aura needs to be in water for it to take effect. But it's pretty broken. Yeah. Like 16% outgoing damage and 16% movement speed. What if you just did Slider Lycan? Oh, Slider Helm of the Overlord, John. Think about it.
Oh,
just make a puddle.
That's
make
a thing.
A puddle and just let him sit there.
We need it. Yeah, I would love to see it. Like we've already seen Dominator Slaughter before, but with this Croaker, you're thinking outside the box. This is what I like to see, Mike. This is the Michael Phoenix advice that has his team buy $5, Mikey. You're back.
It's a library strike. Yeah. The librarian is back, John. That's what they used to call me. Midrax is gone. Absolutely zero contest. And in all fairness,
Did you just get Megas like this?
Yeah, I think they do, John, because there's nothing you can do. If you group up and force the fight, and they are going to try now, how do you actually kill anyone? The answer is you just don't. You don't kill anyone because you're global silenced up. Here comes the wolf form. Poor old Beyond doesn't know which way to look. He'll end up going down, and nothing's changed. Except you've got less of a chance now of winning. Because Tundra have one of the most disgusting drafts I've ever seen. Because they will lose the Aegis on Chrysalis. The creeps are still just doing all the work here, John. Nothing's really changed at all. Still Chrono is up. Buyback is there from Beyond. They're going to retreat just for a little bit. Jump in, spear out, arena down. They've caught Chrysalis, but it's doing absolutely nothing for now. It's a snowball will save. And the Chrono, is it coming? Is it coming? Not quite yet, but there it is. The two-man Chrono right on the backside, catching both supports. And that'll be Fly getting a Sunder at the very least, taking down 33. But he's being chased by Chrysalis, who might be going a little bit too far this time around. Maybe they can punish him, but they are going to lose Fly. In the process, they do get Chrysalis, but they've got Megas up. I'm not sure how much it's going to matter anymore. Chases on to BZM. BZM should be going down. We'll go for the Tornado TP play, but can't get out. Emo will secure his life. Sarks to the last piece of the puzzle. Should eventually go down. He's gone, Jonathan. A full team wipe. But it costs you all your racks. All of them.
Yeah, all racks. All racks, 3 buybacks for that. And Tundra, I think you're still sitting pretty damn happy considering how much Yakutou had to pump out. Now they have to hold up against the Megas. They have to find a way to still play into the same conditions they've been playing into anyhow. You've got the Overlord being queued up by Crystallis at this point as well. So 2 ancient creeps that you have to settle with that the Enchantress can't handle. It's not so easy going. Look, the buybacks from Yakutou did count for a lot. I think that decision from Crystallis to Chrono backline as well maybe made that fight a little bit harder instead of just going for the commitment onto Fly early, get that kill before the Sunder comes in. Perhaps that fight ends up a little bit different without that Sunder counteraction from Fly. Still, you got what you came here for the side of Tundra, and now it's Yakutou's turn to find a way to hold up against this, because it's not simplifying anytime soon. You're still playing into Phases Void. You're still playing into Global Sounds, which, yes, you counteract with a Mantis to an extent, but it's a matter of how do you execute, right? And we've seen it from Beyond. I think this big timing that's lining up, well, I would have said a big timing lining up here for Emo. He does have the Divine. He does not have his Hags. It feels like they need reliable jump in from Yakutou, right? Like, you go in, you got the AoE sounds with Resonant Pulse with your Hags on the Void Spirit. Things start to seem better, but the Divine, I mean, look, more damage is always good. I guess the biggest disable in Dota 2 is dying. So if you can burst them down on Emo, you're pretty happy.
I mean, it's going to be a lot easier said than done, Jonathan, but I appreciate Emo with the all-in play. Of course, you may as well, because these previous fights, they've just shown you absolutely zero opportunity. So you may as well just go all in. See what happens. Tundra, of course, in their classic fashion, are being very patient. They will eventually smoke up as 3. So Chrysalis will join in. Be very afraid, by the way, John, if that Hellbear Smasher does die. Not going to be too fun for the side of Yakutou Brothers if that Void does get that bonus. Here we go. Jump is there. Kick is the wrong way, I do believe. Saxa does get speed and arena'd up, though he still has his snowball and a shard onto Beyond, waiting out the arena. He'll either Lotus is what he ate, but he is going to end up going down. So I think he just kind of miskicked there. Fair enough. It happens.
That does. I believe they did get a glimpse of that Divine fully up on Emo at this point, so they should be aware this is the target they'd have to go for. And if you catch Emo out in Chrono, probably is just game over, but see if they find an angle. You want to play aggressive on Yakutou. You've got the numbers advantage. There is still Chrono and GS, but it's kind of all in at this point. Just need to take these opportunities.
See what Emo can do. He's just posturing aggressively. BZM's going to break his smoke. In that Ghost Walk, chasing him down. It will land it. No, will not land the Tornado. A nice juke out with it assimilate. They will wait out Saxa. He's 5 seconds away from respawning. Again, Tundra, not one of the teams to take unnecessary risk. In fact, here we go. They have started the fight a little bit earlier than anticipated, but they are onto Baboka, who's completely alone. And Baboka will drop without buyback. That's a great start for Tundra. They look to put a lid on this game. Ollie, he just gets deleted by 33. And they're on the T4 towers. It's 3 versus 5. There's a Chrono up. How do you force this fight? Emo, I mean, he's looking. There's your Spear out. They've caught the Void. They can try to burst down Chrysalis, but he's fine. It's now the Chrono. It does come in. It caught both targets. They've lost Fly. And Emo, he can do nothing. GG is called. In game 1, will confidently go the way of Tundra. And I almost feel kind of bad for